Welcome to the IHN show, ladies and gentlemen. And in today's episode, I believe it is episode number 91.
I will fact check that. I'm 100% sure it's a 91.
Okay, so what we've got today.
I'll wait till the 49-minute mark to say it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
I've had enough haunted nightmares with that. Golly.
He's so pissed off thinking about it, his palms are sweaty.
So in today's episode, we have to announce the score of Game 7 for the NHL. I'm not sure who gets to do the honors on that. But anyway, we are sorry to say that episode 91 was postponed. We were originally supposed to record on Friday the 14th. However, on Saturday the 15th, we had graduation parties for both of us going on. So Friday, he was taking care of stuff for his party with his parents, and I did the exact same thing with my parents and my party. So, because we were busy doing that, we were unable to get to the show. So, Monday, episode 91 is today instead of Friday. So, other than that, not only do we have the Stanley Cup Finals to talk about, we also have something in NASCAR to talk about today too, that our very own producer has today, and I believe it is also his fun fact.
Yes, it is. It is good NASCAR news. As you can see, the Hooters Mobile flag is up.
Yep.
The Hooters Mobile itself is... I still gotta find a spot for that, so right now it's just sitting right there. But, yeah, there was no cup race this week in NASCAR, but there was a truck race and a Xfinity race. I almost said I don't know. I don't know what I almost said. I almost said something stupid, which, you know, no change for scene there, boys. Don't laugh at that. I still gotta get my stuff set up. You're at 39 dingers for your record. Okay. Hold up. Okay, that's good. All right. So, we're going to hop right into it. We are going to go into what facility am I? Are you snot ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. Let me just thought of one out of my ass. All right. I am a... Where are you for hockey? Hockey is for seating, not including standing room, seating capacity. 19,717. With standing room, it's at least, if it's full there, 22,428.
Oh, mama.
Okay. Construction broke ground on April 6th, 1992, and opened on August 18th, 1994. It was renovated in 2009-2010 for the 300 level, and in 2014, the exterior was renovated. Part of it was expanded in 2016-17. Construction cost was $175 million. In 2018 dollars, it's $296 million. It currently has two, and has only ever had two professional sports tenants.
For the same arena.
Yes, for the same arena.
Okay.
It's had two since the very beginning. It's never had more than two professional sports tenants.
Never had more than...
Concerts, it can seat about 23,500. Obviously, it could be more or less depending there. Basketball is 20,917. With standing room is 23,190 or 129. I believe it has been called the same thing, the same name since it opened in 1994, but it has a corporate sponsor name to it. Okay. It's not like Joe Louis Arena.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go with Staples Center.
Dang, I did that last week, I think. Or 2 weeks ago. I did Staples Center either last week or 2 weeks ago.
Oh. I don't remember.
By the way,
that.
Staples Center has three tenants. The Kings, the Clippers, and the Lakers.
Oh.
But this does have an NHL and an NBA tenant, obviously.
Yep.
The first ever event at this arena was WWF Super Slam. Due to a lockout, this team did not move into this new arena until the 94-95 season. It hosted the 1996 Democratic National Convention because Chicago is very much Democratic. Big cities tend to be. These two franchises operate this arena through a 50-50 partnership. Both teams are in the Western Conference. Okay.
Okay.
It has hosted the Stanley Cup Finals 3 different times.
Jeepers.
And all 3 of those times, that team won.
Is it United Center?
With 3 seconds left.
Well, you said Chicago.
Did I say Chicago?
Yeah.
When did I say Chicago?
You described, you said something about Chicago.
Did I?
Yeah. Don't feel bad, because now we're even.
It's when I said the Democratic National Convention.
Is
Chicago slip out? It slipped. Chicago slipped out.
Don't feel bad.
I know you've done worse.
I've done Robert Lang worse.
Yeah. Were you also? Yeah.
That slipped out too.
Yeah. It just happened. I was thinking 1996 Democratic National Convention. Yeah. Chicago tends to be a Democratic city. Big cities do. Big cities tend to be Democratic. They just do.
Yep.
So. Oops. Anyways, United Center. It would have been funny if you still wouldn't have got the timer right.
Exactly.
It tells him the answer, it still doesn't get it right.
Yeah.
Just be like Dylan's dad,
Yeah.
So, alright, anyways, with that absolute, where's it at? Show out of the way. My other hint, if I would have had time for one hint, I would have said, in the NHL, it is if I'm not mistaken, the only other arena to have an airplane name. To have an airline as its name.
Oh.
Because I know there's American Airlines Center, and then there's United
Dallas,
Center.
For Chicago,
and I know Southwest doesn't sponsor, Delta doesn't sponsor, what's another big American carrier? I don't know. But I know those are the 4 big American carriers that I can think of off the top of my head. Okay, with that, would you like to lead us in, Harold?
Yep. It is now time to move on into the Indycar segment.
Good old Indycar. And so I says, get out here. In the wide world of Indycar, let me go to the good old news page here. Many fans. So isn't it American Medical Response? I want to say it is. Let me look that up just to make sure. I want to say it's AMR. I was right. American Medical Response. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're on the board.
All right. American Medical Response is the response team for IndyCar. The AMR safety crew is what they tend to call it. Who's calling? Mitt. He's just like, get your ass over here. Anyways, many fans have thanked, and I do too, the AMR IndyCar safety team for critical first response. Longtime NTT IndyCar Series race fan Gary Schroeder remembers how he used to take for granted the role of the AMR IndyCar safety team. Then 3 team members saved his life. The 72-year-old resident of McLean, Virginia, has dealt with a heart condition for years, relying on a defibrillator, pacemaker, and medicine to treat an irregular heartbeat. Much to his surprise, he suffered a heart attack while staying in the pits before a practice for last July's Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio. After losing consciousness briefly, Schroeder awoke to 3 members of the Rion safety team that travels to every IndyCar event tending to him. The first responders had immediately sprung to action, calling for an ambulance administering CPR. Okay. It says cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Oh, wow, I got that right. CPR. Not only did Schroeder pull through after spending a night under observation at a local hospital, he recuperated sufficiently to make a trip with purpose to circuit the Americas in March for the IndyCar Classic in Austin, Texas. He was very grateful. I was very grateful for what they did, he said. It made me realize how many people see what they do at races and how many people are driving down the road and pull over because of an ambulance or EMS truck has come by, and we just sort of take it for granted. Even at a race, you see a car at the wall, God forbid, and you see the safety team go out there, and we just take it all for granted. The 3 AMR IndyCar safety team members who tended to Schroeder wish to remain anonymous. They prefer any praise be shared by the entire team, according to Tim Bagman, IndyCar director of track safety. Okay, I like that. So, I mean, because it's not like the other part of the crew it's their fault. They're somewhere else around the track. These guys just happen to be in the pits. It's just how it happens. So, safety team members were touched by Schroeder's determination to make the trip to Austin. They met him, took photos together, and presented him with the diecast replica of an AMR IndyCar safety team Chevrolet Silverado pickup. Road America will honor first responders with free admission. Road America is paying tribute to the efforts of first responders with this week's NDT IndyCar Series event at the Wisconsin Road Course Rev Group Grand Prix presented by AMR. Rev Group manufactures fire trucks and ambulances among its special production vehicles. AMR is one of the largest medical transportation companies in the United States. Along with Road America, the race sponsors are offering free administration to all active duty first responders to any day of track activities during the 4-day weekend that begins Thursday. First responders include law enforcement, firefighters, paramedics, and emergency medical technicians. Will be admitted free of charge by showing valid ID at the track's gate indicating active service. In addition, children ages 16 and under are admitted free with a paying adult. Tickets for the Red Group Grand Prix presented by AMR available at roadamerica.com or by calling 1-800-365-7223. So, I'm waiting for Harold. Get his ass in here. Y'all are here. So, Robin Miller, if you watch IndyCar, or if you follow IndyCar, you kind of know who Robin Miller is. He's a well-known guy in the IndyCar community. So I was talking about the AMR safety crew. The AMR safety crew for IndyCar are regarded as the most, what's the right word they say? The most, they are regarded as the best safety team in all of motorsports.
Really?
The AMR IndyCar safety crew. So, but now we're moving on. So, Robin Miller, do you know who Robin Miller is? I'm sure you've heard of him.
Robin Miller?
He's not an IndyCar driver, but he's around IndyCar. I mean, if you follow IndyCar, you don't have to follow it like intently, but enough to where you kind of know who Robin Miller is if you follow IndyCar.
I know Ryan Miller and Robin Leonard. That's the only combination of...
Shut up.
Robin Miller I've heard.
The first half of the 2019 NTT IndyCar Series might look like total domination from Team Penske since Joseph Newgarden, Simon Pagenaud, and Chevrolet have won more than half of the races, including this year's Indianapolis 500. But when you look at laps led, 5 drivers have led over 100 and 1 more has 90. Pole position, 6 drivers have at least 1 pole. In victory, 6 drivers have at least stood on the top step of the podium. It's a lot more competitive than you think. I mean, they've had 9 races, so sure. Newgarden has 3 triumphs and is leading the point standings after 9 races, and Simon Pagenaud is right in the hunt after sweeping the month of May. Yet, there's a good argument to be made that Alexander Rossi has consistently been the quickest all season, Scott Dixon lurking, and Takuma Sato finding a second win. Heading to Road America this weekend, Newgarden owns a 25-point advantage over Rossi and a 48-point advantage over Pagenaud. And it is midterm grade time. Robin Miller gives Team Penske a B+. So he says, why? He pretty much says, He says, why not an A? He said, Joseph threw away some big points at Detroit. Simon was MIA for the first 4 races, and Power has not quite been up to what Will Power is, supposed to be like. He has given Andretti Autosport a B. He says, a real mixed bag here. You've got Rossi, whose win and trio of seconds make him an A-lister, and it could be easily be 3 wins and 1 second, while Ryan Hunter-Reay gets a B- because he's driven better than his results shown. Zach Veach has made some mistakes, but drives for hard for C, and Marco Andretti remains at a dilemma. Nice job. So those are your kind of big name. It says Dale Cohn Racing. Also got a B. Sheep Ganassi Racing got a B. Harding Steinbrenner Racing got a B. Meyershank Racing a B. Ray Hall, Letterman, Lanigan also B. Grade C is Arrow Schmidt Peterson. And Ed Carpenter Racing. Grade D is Carlin Racing. And F, a grade F as in fail so far, is AJ Foyt Racing. Out to lunch is a polite way of describing the team's travails. Tony Kanaan is 17th among full-time timers, and Matthias Laced is 19th and last.
Jeepers.
They're not even good on ovals this year. The boss man says it's time for big changes, and ABC Supply is supposedly throwing in more money to try and improve things. If there's any consolation, the Houston-based team isn't any worse than the one in Indy. He says, meanwhile, Daily Double, Connor Daly finally got a top shelf ride at Indy and ran up front all day as in at Texas, until the last restart, and then he hopped into Max Chilton's car at Texas and finished 11th. Actually, that was, talk about Indy there. And beating full-timers on better teams are running ahead of Power and Andretti until his final pit stop. The kid belongs to the NTT IndyCar Series full-time, so hopefully Air Force makes it happen in 2020. So we're going to go into the perfect... Next year should be the perfect vision year for any type of racing.
Yeah. Nice.
Alright, that's all I've got. Fun fact! Go ahead.
My fun fact.
Oh, I caught him sleeping.
I gotta grab it on my phone.
Alright, while you do that, I'm going to get my fun fact. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Don't have a siren. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert. NASCAR takes away a victory for the first time in decades. In NASCAR, teams know they have to cheat to win. If you ain't cheating, you ain't winning. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
As my dad says, you notice how Kevin Harvick hasn't won any races this year?
Yeah.
How many races has he won last year by this point? I think 5.
At least.
At least 5, and he has 0 this year. But NASCAR decided to reel in its culture of cheating this year by throwing out a long-established mindset of not revoking wins from cheating race cars. And for the first time in decades, it happened. It happened. NASCAR overturned a victory after the race. Now you might be thinking, well, wait a minute. There's a reason why at the beginning of the episode I said Cup Series did not race this weekend. I mean, when I first saw that they were I was happy they're doing that because, hey, then you, like, for example, gonna pick on Kevin Harvick again. Last year, the second Texas race, he had something, I can't remember what it was. It was either suspension or, no, it was either splitter or spoiler. Their splitter or their spoiler did not line up with what the CNC drawings were supposed to be. The splitter and spoiler come from a manufacturer. Those are spec. And for that race, it was either a spoiler. I think it was a spoiler. They made their own. And so their spoiler didn't line up to the CNC drawings of the spec spoiler from the manufacturer, whatever manufacturer that's from. So they got docked the most points you could get for first place, which I think is 40. And then they lost all, their win was taken away. If that would have been his only win of the season, he wouldn't have been in the playoffs. Essentially all factors of a win being taken away were taken away except for the trophy and prize money.
Yeah.
So, but now thinking that, you might think, out of all the top 3 series, I for sure thought the first person to get dinged for having a win taken away was for sure going to be in the Cup Series.
Yeah.
Not in the Truck Series.
Exactly.
The bottom series of the 3. And it gets better. So, the sanction body made an example. I got a sound effect for that. I'll come up to that. Made an example of driver Ross Chastain's number 44. No! It's that cursed 22 thing.
It is.
That son of beach. After the rain-delayed Truck Series race at Iowa Speedway on Sunday, announcing it soon after the 200-mile race ended that its dominant driver, Ross Chastain, was disqualified for failing post-race technical inspection. He won Stage 1, Stage 2, and the race. He got 7. The most playoff points you can get is 7. He got 7. He got the most points you can get in the race, and he came in last and got no playoff points.
Great.
NASCAR's records show. Now here's the fun fact. NASCAR's records show. Let's see if okay. Anyways, that the last time a winner was disqualified in at least in its top Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series was in 1960.
Back in the Stone Age.
Although the most recent Cup Series disqualification in general was in 1973.
Jeepers.
So I don't know how you label that. Either 1960 or 1973. We're going to go with 73 was the last time a car was disqualified for a win.
Holy shit.
This is what Ross Chastain's truck failed for. Chastain's truck, NASCAR's announcement said, was way too low in the front. Obviously, they didn't give measurements because they don't do that.
Yep.
You know, he said the person that gave it out, which was the NASCAR Gainer Outdoors Truck Series Managing Director Brad Morin, he said, basically, we have a procedure and rules in place. Trucks are restricted on the ride heights in the front and in the rear. Unfortunately, the 44, double 22, truck was low on the front. And he said extremely low. So it wasn't like, you're going by thousands of... They're probably down by like an inch. I mean, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, the lower you are to the ground, the less air gets underneath, the more downforce and faster you go.
Yep.
Less drag you have. We have a process of what happens at that point. If a truck or car, Xfinity car or Cup car is too low in the front, what they'll allow them to do is they allow them to put fuel in the car. I don't know if a full tank, but fuel in the car, and they get to put air on the tires. Because sometimes if it's like an overtime or something, you don't put a lot of air pressure in the tires because you want, fast off the line.
Mm-hmm.
So the car will sit really low. Well, you don't normally run low air pressures in a car.
Exactly.
So the car's already sitting lower than normal. So they'll allow them to put what probably Goodyear recommends in the tires for proper ride height. They said then the officials wait at least 5 to 10 minutes, probably 10 minutes, to inspect the car again, but the reinspection failed. So so adding fuel and tires did not rise the front. It probably raised it a little, not enough. So the team is appealing the penalty in an expedited process, whatever that means. NASCAR said, and the team itself issued a statement that believes race damage left the truck too low. If there was race damage, NASCAR wouldn't have inspected it.
Exactly.
Okay? When you see a car get wrecked, they don't send it through inspection.
Yeah.
Now, this is the inspection where they tear the car down and, really, really check it.
Yeah.
But if it's damaged, they don't check it because they know it's going to screw up the math. It's going to screw up the measurements and the math and everything.
Yeah.
So, the DQ gave second place finisher and 2018 series champion Brett Moffitt the victory and dropped Chastain the last in the finishing order. So essentially, he didn't run a single lap.
Yeah.
He was a starting park. So for the first time since either 1960 or 1973, NASCAR has taken a win away from a driver. Your help.
My fun fact for today, it is on my phone here, like normal. I also have a second fun fact today. However, that second fun fact is after we announce the 2019 Stanley Cup winners. But before we get into that just yet, my fun fact is, I'm gonna go a little bit, not necessarily off script, but more of off topic with our show, as my fun fact involves the 2019 NBA champions, the Toronto Raptors. I
already know what your fun fact is, I bet, but...
My fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, involving the Toronto Raptors championship, that, set this fun fact up, which is, Canada now has more NBA titles with one, I believe.
This was their first NBA title for the country of Canada.
Yeah, with one. And they have more NBA championship titles than Stanley Cups for Canada in the last 25 years.
Really?
It's been that long since a Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup.
Well, that would have been Montreal in 93.
Yep.
So, wow. Well, we all thought you were thinking that Toronto was going to win this cup of the year when they got John Tavares. Hell, they've got it in the back. Nope.
In the bag.
Out the first round.
And that is my fun fact.
That's pretty good stuff, Harold.
Our fun facts were solid today.
Yeah.
So, with that,
with what?
We will now move on into the hooking segment.
Right after I throw your ass in the sin bin. And so I says, go ahead.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, another end of a great hockey season has come upon us for 2019. Wednesday, June 12th, was the very last day of the 2019 season, and it's time to say goodbye to hockey for now, before the start of the next season. Wednesday, June 12th.
Until next week when there's the draft.
Yeah. Should have, but I mean actual hockey games.
Well,
at TD,
we don't give two mother garden, and then didn't give two mother.
Yeah.
Apparently.
For game 7.
Oh wait, actually it's 2. There we go.
Yeah. Between the Brews and the Beaches only got 1 goal, ladies and gentlemen, as Jordan Binnington stood on his head and gave the St. Louis Brews their first ever Stanley Cup in franchise history as St. Louis won 4-1.
And I says,
they done good. That's better.
Yeah, they've done good, boys. Woo! What you writing?
A free dinger because St. Louis is the champions.
I like it. So, unfortunately, I was not able to look up when Harold made his prediction. Because if I would have saved it, I should have saved it just in case. But I'm thinking, it's preseason. There's no way he's going to get it right. So, naturally...
Now look at me, mofos.
Yeah. I wish I would have saved it because I would have made a funny video out of it. But...
Yeah.
If somehow I can get a momentary thing in judgment and think of when he did it and waste all my free time trying to find it.
Huh.
Or if one of you guys, maybe for some reason, like to binge watch our stuff, which I don't know why.
Me neither.
Yeah, I can tell you there's a lot of stuff that's better to do. Watching paint dry is better than listening to this absolute show. I'll tell you that much right now. Okay. If somebody could go back and find that would be very much appreciated. All you need to do is just, I don't know, put it on a comment video, send an email saying it's on this video, episode, whatever, timestamp it, whatever.
Yep.
That'd be nice. But, I do remember him making the comment that St. Louis, he felt, was going to win the Stanley Cup. And going from dead nuts last in the league, from the All-Star break, to let alone making the playoffs, just that alone. I didn't give dingers because I was just waiting until the end.
Mm-hmm.
I give 10 for that. Just from going from last at the All-Star break to making the playoffs in general.
Hot.
I mean, that's... You're last at the All-Star break. You're not... You're going... just tank. You're going for first overall at that point. Except Detroit. You just get... We're going to start winning out. No, you sons of bitches!
Yep.
So... Alright, then, where's my sheet? Then these MFs go in and play Winnipeg, to where home ice was a disadvantage until Game 6.
Yeah.
And they beat Winnipeg, and me and you both had Winnipeg beating St. Louis, I believe.
Yeah.
That, my friend, I'm not going to do it because I'm going to annoy people. That, I'll give another 15 dingers for.
Holy shit.
2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to run out of space in a sticky note. Alright, then we go up against Dallas here. And with the help of a hand pass,
yeah,
we get to move on to round 3. 20 dingers there. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2.
Actually, that
5.
hand pass
3,
was
3, 4, 5.
from
Oh, it's from San Jose. I'm
San
sorry.
Jose.
Excuse me. All right. With the help of a hand pass, we got to move on to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, and Pat Maroon's overtime goal in Game 7.
Yeah. And then, so we got another 25 there. I'm right out of space. That son of a bitch. All right, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. We oopsie in Game 1. We'll come back and win in overtime in Game 2.
Mm-hmm.
Go to St. Louis for Game 3. Absolutely, completely the bed. And get absolutely paddled. 7 to 2? 7-2 was the score of Game 3.
Let me check.
Then we come back for Game 4 in St. Louis and win that. Good job, boys. All right, we recovered from an absolute whooping.
Holy shit, dude.
I believe that game was 4-2. Then we go to Game 5, and Game 5 go into Boston, show them how it's done, and win 2-1. Then we come back to St. Louis for Game 6, and I'm thinking, I even said this should be free dinger too. I said whoever wins Game 5 will win the Stanley Cup.
Yup.
I did say that. I remember saying that. I could go back and find it, because there's only one episode I would have said that in. And, because my reasoning was, whoever wins Games 5, if it's the road team that wins Games 5, they go into Game 6 at home. If it's the home team that wins Game 5, okay, Game 7, if they oopsie in Game 6, Game 7's at home. Well, St. Louis oopsied in Game 6 at home.
Did they ever?
Great. All right, now they got what did they get? They got whooped again 5-1.
Yep.
Japers. And thank you, and thanks to me not hitting the paddle button for either of them. And Boston thinking they're all, oh, look at me, I'm hot. But you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And going back into Boston, losing, I was so hoping Boston wouldn't have scored their goal. Because if it wouldn't have, that would have been 4-0, and that would have been
a shutout.
That would have also been a
serious paddling.
But then Boston had to go and ruin all the fun.
Yeah.
They had to get a goal. I don't care. You just lost to a team who was last at the All-Star break, barely made the playoffs, and now just won the Stanley Cup. Oh, hold on. You son of a bitch, stop it! Now it's not working right. Alright, whatever. Trying to get it to where it's like, it glitches. It's not working though. Oh, I know why. I give up. Alright, whatever. Anyways, with that, you will receive... Now you have to make a promise though. Just for fun. This won't go against your record of, I want to stay at 1,000. Just for fun. In July or August or September, either before the regular season, at least before the regular season, you have to take another guess at who the Stanley Cup champion will be. This will not go against your quote-unquote record, because you've semi-retired now. But just for absolute grins and giggles, alright? You have to take another guess at who the Stanley Cup champion will be, or you'll lose all your dingers.
I will. However, I will not do it before the preseason. I will do it before the regular season. That I will do, yes.
Okay, I said pre-regular. At least before the regular season.
Before the regular season. I'll wait till after the preseason.
Yeah, that's fine.
That I can do, yes.
Because he was like, I'm going to wait till Super Bowl Sunday. I'm like, oh, no, don't wait till... What's fun in that?
Well, I started that tradition last year.
Yeah, I was saying, what's the fun in that? Who did you choose last year at Super Bowl Sunday? You didn't choose St. Louis because they were still dead nuts last.
I had San Jose and Tampa at Super Bowl Sunday.
Tampa? Okay.
I did. Well, yeah. I kid you not, when Vegas and Washington were in it, last year, I had Vegas and Tampa instead of Vegas and Washington. And Tampa was one game away from making that prediction come
then
true.
they got shut out for 2.5 games.
They did, yeah.
By Braden
Holtby,
who was a freaking beast
on his head, and then he went and made the save in Vegas That was the save of the year.
Yeah.
Last year.
If it would have been in the regular season, it would have been the save of the year award.
Yeah.
But they don't give an award. They don't choose saves from the postseason. Because usually they give out the award before then. So, with St. Louis winning the Cup, it was the last time they were in the Stanley Cup Finals. Well, when is St. Louis? This is St. Louis, what, 51st, 52nd season?
52nd.
You sure about that?
I'm right.
Okay. 52nd. Let's see what it says. Does not say, you sons of beaches.
Should be 52nd, because they came into the league in 1967.
67. Well, it says founded.
Oh.
So it says 67 to present.
Oh.
So, if we go to our good old math here, good old calculator, 2019 minus 1960, that's 52. 52 years, alright, you get 52 dingers there.
Hey!
There's 52. I'm just going to write the number 52 because I'm going to run out of space on the sticky note. All right. The last time they played Boston in the Stanley Cup Finals was in 1970. That was 49 years ago.
I've heard about that. Yep.
Yes, because that was their big promo. It's a rematch 49 years in the making.
Yep.
There's 49 dingers right there.
Hey!
All right. So let's see. We got 52 plus 49. Oh, not plus 9. 52 plus 49. All right. You're up to 101. Let me show you how to St. Louis Brews 101.
Shut up.
Thank you.
Let the door hit your arse on your way
This
out.
is their first Stanley Cup. All right, I'll give you 21 dingers for making that one, for getting their first Stanley Cup. All right, so there's another 21. Now you're at 122.
Holy
pizza.
shit.
All right, and for making that guess at the beginning of the year, I'll give you 100 dingers. So you finished off with at least right there in the Stanley Cup Finals. 222 dingers. You are never going to break your record again.
Not in my life.
No. And then since it's 222, I'll add another dinger in there, too. Alright.
That's... Holy shit.
Oh, you spoke 22 a while ago as well, so there's another dinger.
And 122 for 122 pizza.
Oh, there's 122. That's a long story there.
It is.
22. Oh, so, good lord. Oh, and then if we don't include the part where if you just had 222, there's another dinger there. Alright, now we're closing in on 320. We might be close to 322, actually. Let's see what we got here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70... Plus 222 is 292. Plus 4.
296.
296.
Holy shit.
Nice job.
Don't screw the pooch now.
Yeah. Don't accidentally look up someone's wife.
Yeah.
And then, see who it is. Because you'll lose
all of them just like that.
You'll lose 300 dingers.
And be at -4.
You're damn right you will.
Yeah.
Nice job, Harold.
That's how it's done.
So.
Did you see? Oh gosh. From that one animated TV show. Did you see that? Oh, how to lose. I shouldn't say the exact line, but in my words, I should say how to lose 300 dingers in 10 seconds. Gee whiz.
Well, now you're at 297.
I see why.
So why?
Because it's 69 backwards.
No, it's not. Oh, I wasn't thinking that.
Oh.
But no, it's because this past year, St. Louis also got their first conference championship.
Oh.
Because the last time they were in the Stanley Cup, they didn't have conferences.
Yeah.
Because the league wasn't big enough yet.
Yep.
So.
Alright, well, with that.
Good thing I don't have a dinger counter on the side. It'd be broke.
Yeah.
It's broke now.
I'm gonna re-announce the entire 2019 NHL playoffs, but before
I get to use
that,
the paddle button one last time.
My second fun fact of the day, and from what I heard either on Facebook, YouTube, or NHL, I'm not sure, and I'm not sure if you're gonna fact check this or not, but the last time a team in the NHL was in last place after January 1st, the last time that happened, and they came back and won the Stanley Cup before St. Louis did it this year, was the Montreal Maroons in 1935. I ship you not.
All right, let me look up on the Stanley Cup playoffs and see what it says. Also this year in the playoffs, for the first time in NHL history, all division winners were eliminated in the first round as all the wild cards advanced to the second round.
Yeah, I've heard that before, too. What are the odds of that?
Yeah.
Fair to middling.
Jeez. For the second time in league history, and this happened back-to-back years, both the Detroit Red Wings and the Montreal Phalanx missed the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah, oops. For the first time since 2004, both Southern California teams missed the playoffs. For this, I already knew about that one. Come on, I'm trying to look up. The Blues tied the 87 Philly Flyers, 2004 Calgary Flames, 2014 Kings, and 15 Tampa Bay Lightning for playing the most games in the playoffs at 26 in the postseason.
Hot dang.
And joined the 13-14 Kings at the most games played by a team who would go on to win the Stanley Cup. Yep. I.e. 26. And 22.
Yeah.
If it was 22, it'd be over. It would be over. It doesn't say anything about... Oh, hold on. Let me scroll to the bottom. Yeah, like a final. They last met in 72. Two teams. 72. The teams shoe. Yeah, I didn't say. All right. You may now go through your
playoff bracket.
Stanley Cup playoff review.
In the Western Conference,
Big Daddy gets to use the paddle button one last mother time.
But only in the Eastern Conference.
Ha!
In the Western Conference, this year in the playoffs, there was not a single sweep. They all happened in the Eastern Conference this year. Pretty much. Yeah. The Calgary Sizzlers lost to Colorado in 5. San Jose beat Vegas in 7. St. Louis in the Central Division beat Winnipeg in 6, and Dallas beat Nashville in 6. Thank God.
In the series, that was a home ice disadvantage.
I know it was. It was great.
It was just about the Stanley Cup Finals this year, too. Home ice was a disadvantage except for 2 games.
Yeah. San Jose beat Colorado in 7, and St. Louis beat Dallas in 7. St. Louis beat San Jose in 6 due to a hand pass, and then St. Louis ended up winning the cup. Thank God. Okay, here's your paddlings.
Woo! I know one paddling already.
Yeah, right now, and we're gonna get that over with right now. In the Metro Division, the Fishermen swept the other team in Pennsylvania 4-0. You better believe that's a paddling. That's right. The Hurricanes beat Washington in 7. Boston beat Toronto in 7, which sucks. And lastly, for the first round, Columbus swept Tampa. And because Tampa was the President's Trophy winners, and they went up against the second wild card team in the Eastern Conference, and also the very last team to get into the 2019 playoffs, I believe that is a triple paddling.
Hold on. Oh, wrong button. What happened there?
I think it's broke.
There we go.
There. Boston beat Columbus in 6, which sucks. Your next paddling, the Fishermen got swept by the Hurricanes.
You better believe that's a paddling.
Boston swept the bunch of jerks. Pretty much. In one of the greatest hockey seasons of all time this year, St. Louis beat Boston in 7. Thank God for that. I believe that is all I have for the 2019 hockey season, and that is all that we have, both you and I, except for the draft coming up. That's better.
Okay, enough of that already. Now we must go on to, alright, it's time for the opinionated portion of the show. Remember the rules I said last Friday before the show that I was just going to give you time to think about? Well, now you've had a lot of time to think about.
Oh, for crying out loud, I forgot all about them.
Alright, well, I'm sure you already have good opinions on this one. I'm pretty sure we share the same ones. Alright, we're going to NHL Players Association and the NHL. The board, the competition committee, met today in Toronto, as in today being June 11th. The committee recommends work on a rule construction the committee recommends changes to the coach's challenge and expanded video review. This is the first change they recommended, including as it relates to a referee's ability to review some of his own calls on the ice. Recommendations will be prepared for the league's board of governors, general managers, and NHLPA's executive board. I like it as long as they don't go overboard with it.
Yeah.
Okay? I think one thing I'd like to see to it is out of play.
Yeah.
If a puck goes out of play, if it's like really close, ooh, did he deflect it? Was it deflected? Was it not deflected? Did it hit the glass? You know? But then again, that might take too much time because that may be like going like frame by frame, like, oh, did the puck touch the glass or his stick? No, just put the bitch in the box already, would you?
Yeah.
So, but the hand pass rule, again, that idea only came because it happened.
Yeah.
So, the next one was helmets off during play. The committee recommends work on a rule construction for implementation next season that would reasonably require a player to leave the ice in the event his helmet comes off during play. Now, I made the comment last Friday. What is your definition of a reasonable amount of time?
About 10 seconds.
Okay. What if he's rushing up the ice on a 3-on-2? And like when he was in the defensive zone, his helmet came off, and when he came up, he's on a 3-on-2 going the other way. Oh, what do you do there? You just gonna tell me he has to get off the ice on a 3-on-2 scoring opportunity?
Exactly.
So,
they got to construct the rule more.
Or if his helmet comes off and now he's back checking to help catch a guy so he does not goes on a breakaway, you gonna make him get off the ice because his helmet came off?
Exactly.
So there's too much of a gray area. There's a lot of gray area in that rule because every referee is gonna have a different definition of the rule. Next one, I don't like this rule either. Or idea of a rule. Goalies unnecessarily freezing the puck. The committee recommends that the defensive team not be permitted a line change when a goalie freezes the puck from any shot from outside the center red line. The offensive team will have the choice of which end zone dot the faceoff will take place.
I don't like it either.
I don't either.
Exactly.
Because how often does that happen in a game?
Exactly.
Once, twice, maybe. Okay? You added a minute to the play of game. Whoop-de-doo. That's not 1 minute of extra play to a game is not going to make people turn it off.
Yeah.
Okay? So, and plus that's part of the game. If the defensive team has been out there for a long time and the offensive team wants to get a line change and the guy dumps it and he accidentally puts it on goal and the defensive team wants to change, or if the offensive team's really got momentum rolling and the goalie just wants to stop it, play, and just settle it down a little bit, there's nothing wrong with that. This has happened. It's been like this for over 100 years. Why change it?
Exactly.
Face-off procedure changes / line changes. This is the next one. The committee recommends Part A. Following an icing, the offensive team will have the choice of which end zone dot the face-off will take place.
That I don't like either.
B. To begin a power play, the offensive team will have the choice of which end zone dot the face-off will take place.
It's the same. It's just about the same thing. I don't like it either.
C. That no line change be permitted for the defending team if, in judgment of the official, you just put another gray area in there.
Yep.
That the actions of a skater of the defensive team cause a stoppage by unintentionally knocking the net off. The offensive team will have the choice of which end zone dot the face-off will take place. If I had to choose out of the three, the only one I would choose would be C.
Yep,
they get to choose what dot. The other two, no, it's where play was stopped.
Yep.
It's where play was stopped. So this next one, I don't know if it was mistyped or what but it makes no sense. If a puck goes out of play, the committee recommends that when the attacking team is responsible for the puck going out of play in their attacking zone. So the attacking team threw it out of play in the attacking zone. The face-offs will be conducted at one of the two face-off dots in the attacking zone. So you're in my zone. You're attacking in my zone, and you throw it out of play. The face-off is still in my zone after you threw it out of play.
Exactly.
That does make no sense. I don't know if that's mistyped, but that makes absolutely zero sense.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that one at all. And this one, I don't think I brought this one up to you. Regular season tiebreakers. The committee recommends adoption of a proposal that would modify existing regular season tiebreaker procedures and adding additional criteria. Why they can't tell us what they're talking about, I don't know. I'm thinking ROWs is a fine way of determining that.
Yeah.
It goes ROWs, and what's after ROWs?
Is it penalty minutes or no?
No, that's like way later. Shoot, it's ROWs. It might be head-to-head challenges. Like if the teams went head-to-head. And then if that's still tied, it might go to either goals for or goals against then.
Something like that.
Or maybe goals for is for. Oh, goal differential. I think that's what's after ROWs is goal differential. So, the new rule recommendations still require approval from the NHLPA's executive board and the NHL's board of governors, at which point the language of the rules will be formalized. Hopefully only one, if not maybe only two of them get solid. I agree with the expanded video review as long as they don't completely destroy the length of the game. You want to make the game faster? Get rid of some of your video review. Don't take 5 minutes to determine if a play was offside or not.
Get rid of advertisements.
Well, you got to make money somehow.
I know.
If they want to speed up the game of video review, be like the NFL. A player just has to be breaking the plane of the blue line to stay on sides. You can save so much time. Because usually it's like, oh, he's picking up the skate. Is the puck over? Oh, now we got to go frame by frame by frame. Oh, we missed it. All right, go back. Frame by frame. Nope, we missed it again. All right, now you just spent 10 minutes trying to determine if it was offside or not. Mm-hmm. That or put a timer. If you can't determine if it was offside in 2 minutes or less, it's the call on the ice stance.
Yeah.
And then you can get rid of the goalies unnecessarily freezing the puck.
Yeah.
Part of that rule. Or that proposed rule. So, adding the coach's challenge is nice, but the offside part, that has extended the length of games. Because they take too long to determine if a play was offsides or not. Mm-hmm. And that's stupid. That they need to put a timer on that or something. So. Alright, rant over. It's a good thing I probably don't look for the NHL, because if I'm part of the NHL, hell, it'd be 90s. It'd be fighting out at the Joe every game.
Yeah.
Tell you what, ratings would be through the roof, though. Woo!
Yeah.
Tell you that much. Okay, I gotta go through a bunch of news. You have any news for you, Harold?
News? I don't have any news, but I do have fun facts, but they're for the next episodes.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, so I'm gonna save them.
Obviously. How the Blues won the Stanley Cup. Well, Boston, the bed, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it happened. So, let me say.
I think that's all we've got.
Ooh, top 10 right wingers for 2019 draft. Kako is obviously going to be number one in that part.
Well,
duh. What is Hughes? Is he a centerman or left wing?
Centerman.
Centerman, that's what I thought. If I would have had time, if I would have gotten off my ass when you started announcing the scores, I would have played Gloria, but
yeah,
alright. Okay, so now St. Louis will have the 31st overall draft pick in this year's Stanley or NHL entry draft. Yeah. Oh, when I was watching the end of the game, they showed, I think it was St. Louis scored their third goal. They showed a shot from inside Enterprise Center when they were watching it on the big screen.
Yeah.
That was sold out. It had to have been sold out there. And then Busch Stadium, where the Cardinals play, it was packed with people as well.
Yeah.
So the whole city shut down for the St. Louis Blues to go in and clean house in Boston.
Game.
Freaking clean their clocks, tell you that much.
Yup.
So, yeah. Bruins struggle with nightmare loss in Game 7 of Stanley Cup Final. Oh, who's number 73 for Boston?
That's not no.
That's not Krug. He's 47, I think.
I thought Krug was 74, but all right.
Whatever. Not 73.
73 for Boston Bruins?
Yeah. Oh, your Conn Smythe Trophy winner was Ryan O'Reilly. He tied the NHL scoring record.
Oh, I know who. 73 for the Boston Bruins is Charlie McAvoy.
It is Charlie McAvoy.
Yeah.
I thought he was 52.
No.
Oh.
Huh.
Quit crying, damn it.
Huh.
They showed a shot there, and Brad Marchand looked like he was gonna fall into a freaking off a cliff crying. I'm like, I feel so bad for you.
Yeah.
Sarcasm. So, hopefully, I think this year's was Boston's. This is me personally. I think this year, maybe next year is kind of Boston's last hurrah before they fall into what Detroit's fallen into.
Yep.
Because after 2009, sure, Detroit was competitive in the playoffs, but they weren't competitive like they were in 2007, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
Then they just, your core starts getting older. Nick Lidstrom retires. Henrik Zetterberg gets old, then finally retires. Datsuk, same thing. Cronwell pretty much is going to retire. Johan Franzen, he gets old. He's still injured for God knows what reason now. So I think Boston's going to fall in that same thing because Chara, why he's playing another year, I don't know why. Want to win a Stanley Cup? Bitch, you already have one.
Yeah.
Patrice Bergeron, he's getting pretty old too. He's like, what? Time to play Guess That Game. Hey, you the one who guessed here.
No, I have to guess Patrice Bergeron's age.
Patrice Bergeron. Oh, I was going to be not even in the same zip code.
Him, I'm shaky about his age.
Are you now?
I think Bergeron is older than Marchand by a couple years or so.
Yeah,
or 3.
he is.
Bergeron, let's go with 34.
Ooh.
I swear if he's 35.
Let me look it up. Let me look it up again. I want to look up when his birthday is. He's 33 and his birthday is July 24th. That son of a bitch. Oh, that's funny right there.
Don't look what I'm doing.
Rick Nash was named the special assistant to the Blue Jackets general manager. So is that like he's an assistant to the general manager, or is he the assistant general manager?
I don't know, but my palms are sweaty.
He's so pissed off, his palms are sweaty. Okay.
Freaking A.
Who were the 3 coach nominees this year? It was Berube, Trotz, and who was the third guy?
I forgot.
For the Jack Adams Award.
I forgot.
Well, I already know who should win it is Craig Berube.
Yeah.
You take a team, you come in partway through the season.
Yep.
Your team kind of still sucks until you get into the swing of things. You're dead last at the All-Star break, or pretty close to dead last, and you won the Stanley Cup.
Holy shit.
Okay, and then people are like, well, they don't count the playoffs. Still, okay, you can say the Islanders were good all year. Okay?
Because, yeah.
Except maybe the first 2 weeks, but they were good all year. St. Louis sucked for the first 3 months, all right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, Berube knows what he's doing.
Hats off.
So, just for even making the playoffs, that should just be Jack Adams' Award. Then making the Stanley Cup Finals, if they counted the postseason, that's definitely Jack Adams' Award worthy. If he doesn't win it, y'all got another thing coming.
Exactly.
The NHL, you lose all your dingers if you had any dingers. I don't even think I have given the NHL a dinger. I know as NASCAR has the record for the most dingers on the show.
Yeah.
With 2,000.
Yeah.
So. Oh, Binnington to get a big pay raise from Blues GM says report. Yeah.
Nice.
Frickin' A, I think he's only getting paid entry level.
Keepers.
The The 25-year-old became a restricted free agent, who will become a restricted free agent July 1st, set the rookie record for NHL playoff wins, going 16-10, a 2.46 goals against average, a .914 save percentage, and 1 shutout in 26 games. I'm sorry for stealing one of your fun facts. Shit, you've done it to me. I'll do it to you.
You didn't steal 1.
I stole 3.
You stole 2.
Oh, what was the other one?
Craig Berube winning the Stanley Cup for the first time in NHL history after taking over mid-season.
Oh, I said that years ago.
Yeah.
He signed a one-year, 2-way contract with St. Louis on July 6th. That's a freaking steal for St. Louis.
It is.
His 3rd consecutive one-year contract. Wow. Woo! Yeah. The Canucks turned back the clock during 50th season with black skate jerseys. The fans voted for sweaters worn during run to the Stanley Cup Finals in 1994.
I saw.
They're going back to not the ugly ass V ones, not those ugly ass.
I
ones.
remember those ugly ones.
God, burn them.
Exactly.
I can't look. Jeez. Need to go get some LASIK eye surgery so I can. Jeez.
Well, if you wait till next year, you'll be fine.
Yeah. No, I like the black skate jerseys.
Me too. Yeah.
I like those are better. Those are better.
Yeah, Germany colors.
Yeah. What?
I says they're Germany colors.
Oh, I thought
black, red, yellow, and white.
Germany, like with a D. I'm like, what the hell's Germany? Like you combined Normandy and Germany at the same time. I was like, huh?
Yeah, really.
Obviously, Tarasenko was the first one to get the cup because his newborn sits in the Stanley Cup, takes part in family photo. Was that another fun fact?
Yeah!
I am just tearing it up, man. Hey, do you want 297 dingers or just 10?
297.
Okay, I'm gonna keep stealing your fun facts as I want. Damn it. Okay. Peyton Krebs has an Achilles injury and leaves the 2019 NHL draft standing in question. Ooh, he's projected like 4th or 5th overall too. Peyton Krebs.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna put some big shuffling. He had surgery for a partial tear on June 7th. He could still be in the top 15 selection. It depends. I would say it also depends on how long the recovery time is as well. McDavid is expected to be ready for Oilers training camp. Here's we got a trade. Niskanen was traded to the Flyers by the Capitals for Radko Gudas.
Really?
Yep. Matt Niskanen was traded to the Washington Capitals on June 14th to the Philly Flyers for Radko Gudas on Friday in an exchange of defensemen. Who do you think will get the better end of that trade? You want me to look up their stats?
No, I'm not sure. Gosh, I haven't been paying attention to the Flyers much this year. And Washington, I didn't pay much attention to either. I would assume they play on the 3rd pair. Huh. Radko Gudas or Matt Niskanen? Shoot.
Okay. Gudas had 20 points, 4 goals, 16 assists this year. He has a total of 105 points, 24 goals, 81 assists, and he's for a 29-year-old in 416 NHL games with Tampa Bay and the Flyers. Niskanen had 25 points last season, 8 goals, 17 assists, and was a -3 in 80 games. The 32-year-old has 323 points, 64, 259 assists, and 881 NHL games with Dallas Penguins and Caps. I would say that's... if you look at it stat-wise, Niskanen's the better defenseman.
And I was going to say Niskanen's a Stanley Cup champion, so I'm thinking the Cheesesteaks got the better end of the deal on that one.
Yeah. But, again, it could also have been who was Niskanen paired with, too.
Exactly.
I mean, if he's feeding over to Ovechkin, that helps get an assist, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan Eberle has agreed to terms on a 5-year contract to remain with the New York Islanders. No financial terms were disclosed. I would I guess he's getting paid $6-7 million a year.
Yeah, I was even thinking 8, but okay.
Yeah. It depends. There was another big signing. Charter needed plates and wires and jaw to complete the Cup final with the Bruins. And look where they got you. Nowhere. Oh, wait.
I heard about that, too.
I need to get this Nelson sound effect.
Nelson. I love Nelson.
So, of course, now then all the Boston fans, Bergeron, Marchand, and Pastrnak play with injuries. Yeah, so you guys whooped them in 2 games and still lost the series.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that injuries were the ones sucking you away.
Exactly.
Because they weren't. It was Berube, John Cooper, and Barry Trotz for the Jack Adams Award.
John Cooper.
That's what it is. So, I still think Berube deserves it because you took a team from last to the playoffs in what? Not even 4 months.
Yeah.
3.5 months.
Holy shit.
Jeez. Yeah, and I think St. Louis had like 11 or 12 game win streak in that time frame
Something like that.
Like stupid. Dion Phaneuf was bought out by the Kings.
I heard that, yeah.
They terminate the contract of the defenseman who had 6 points last season.
Huh.
I can do better than that, dude.
Yeah, really.
Good lord. The Blues drew more than 500,000 people for the Stanley Cup parade.
Holy shit.
I want to know what the population of St. Louis itself is. St. Louis,
over
Missouri.
9,000.
Yeah, I'd say so. Population of St. Louis is St. Louis population. In 2011, the population of St. Louis was 318,000.
Jeez.
So more people attended the celebration than in the city of St. Louis alone. Now, that's the city limits, not the metropolitan area.
Yeah.
Greater St. Louis population is 2.85 million. That's the St. Louis metropolitan area. So, but still, more people went to the parade than actually that live in the city limits of St. Louis, Missouri. Oh, we got another trade here. Mata was traded. What is his name? Ali Mata was traded to the Chicago
babyface Mata.
Yeah, that's what it is. To the Blackhawks by the Pittsburgh Penguins on Saturday for Dominic Cahoon. Cahoon.
I heard about that.
And a 5th round draft pick for the 2019 draft. Why couldn't yesterday be yours? Who had that on this day? On this day, June 16th, the Red Wings sweep the Capitals, win the Cup for the 2nd straight season.
I heard about that.
And they swept a team to win a Cup for the 2nd straight season.
Washington Capitals.
And that was the last time a team has been swept for the Cup.
Wow. That's right.
Nobody has ever been swept since. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
So.
We jinxed it for next year, but alright.
Yeah, pretty much. Here's a list for the top 10 active players, NHL players without a Stanley Cup title.
Can you guess number 1? I guess number 1?
Yeah, you could guess the 10 if you want.
Okay,
We'll start with number 10. Who do you think number 10 is?
Okay, number 10 that doesn't have a Stanley Cup.
He's a defenseman. Defenseman. He has been in the Stanley Cup Finals once, and he's going to be entering his 16th NHL season. So it's crunch time. That was a big hint.
It is Victor Hedman, isn't it? You know...
crunch time.
Oh, Brent Burns.
Now you got the hint. You know San Jose's logo? The shark is crunching a hockey stick?
Yeah.
Crunch time? Bar rar rar.
I was gonna say, you actually really did get me on that, and it's not my fault for getting confused, because the Tampa Bay Lightning's AHL affiliate is the Syracuse Crunch.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
I did. That was the first thing that came to my mind.
Oh, okay.
And Hedman's only been in the Stanley Cup Finals once as well, so I thought it was him. Okay,
Twice.
That was my reason.
He's been in it twice. Remember, Tampa Bay went in 2015.
Oh, that's right, and 2011. No, not 2011. 2015, and they went in 2004.
And Hedman didn't play for that. No, I guess it is only once then.
That's what I thought.
Oh, I thought Tampa went. Okay, never mind. Number 9, a forward. He's been in the Stanley Cup Finals once, 2010. And he's going to be entering his 13th NHL season. He has, with this team, he's only played with one team his entire career. 762 points, 256 goals, 526 assists, and 820 games, so he's good for just about a point a game. Including the third most points in the NHL since 2010-2011, with 688 points since 2010-2011.
In what year did he visit the Stanley Cup Finals
2010.
again? It was 2010.
He had an NHL career high 102 points in 17-18, followed up with 85 this season.
Is it Claude Giroux? Yes, ma'am.
298.
Come on, 300. Here we go. Number 8.
Number 8. He is going to be entering his 14th NHL season. He has been in the Cup Finals once. He has a record of 341, 187, and 70. He has a save percentage of .918 and 55 shutouts in 623 regular season games, all with one team. 14th NHL season. A long time. He won the Vezina Trophy last year. He has the most wins in this franchise history, ranks 5th in the category among active goalies, and exceeded 40 wins 3 times. Going 42, 13, and 4 last season with a .927 save percentage and 8 shutouts in 59 games. He is 45-44 with a .914 save percentage and 5 shutouts in 89 playoff games, and went 14-8 with a 1.96 goals against average and a .93 save percentage and 2 shutouts in 22. God bless it. Games for this team's run in the 2017 Stanley Cup Final.
Is it Andrei Vasilevsky?
2017 Stanley Cup Final. Who was in that final?
Martin Jones. I missed that.
2017 Stanley Cup Finals.
17. Oh, then it's the Ageless Wonder.
Third time's the charm. I'm thinking, Lee said Vasilevsky. I'm like, did we just get over the last time Tampa was in the playoffs was 2015?
Great.
Did we just talk about that? Number 7. Forward. Oh, jeez. Forward entering his 22nd season in the league. Good Lord. Give me a break.
Jumbo Joe Thornton.
No.
Damn.
He has played most of his career with that team, though. What team does Jumbo Joe Thornton play for?
Huh?
What team does Jumbo Joe Thornton play for?
Yeah, the San Jose Shark Tank.
This guy has played most of his career with that team.
For most of his career, but it's not been... He's been in the league for 22 years.
This is going to be his 22nd NHL season this year.
Yeah.
He has 1,166 points in 1,657 regular season games. The second most goals among active players behind Ovechkin at 658. He has 551. He has the second longest active consecutive game streak in the NHL, 788, having not missed a game since 08-09. Behind Panthers defenseman Keith Yandel at 797 and sixth longest in league history. He has 127 points, 72 goals, 55 assists, and 191 postseason games that helped the Sharks reach the Cup final in 2016.
Is it Patty Marleau? That's it.
Number 6. Entering his, good Lord, 11th NHL season.
Yeah.
You know, I'm freaking wearing this dinger out. He has not ever been in the Stanley Cup Finals. He's played most of his career not with the team he currently plays for.
Is it John Tavares? Oh, yeah. My spidey sense is working right now.
All right. This guy, he's going to be entering his 13th NHL season. No Stanley Cup final appearances. He has a record of 321, 225, and 68 with a save percentage of .918 and 44 shutouts.
Holy shit.
Jeez. in 624 regular season games, all with one team. He holds with this one team 2 records for most wins, most losses.
Carrie, the price is right.
Number 4. This guy is going to be entering his give me a mother break, thank good lord, 11th NHL season.
Yeah.
No Stanley Cup final appearances.
This is going to be a good year this next year.
He actually just recently signed a contract with this team.
Oh boy.
As in just today.
Just today?
Just today, he signed a contract extension with this team for 8 years. He has 563 points, 129 goals, and 343 assists in 680 regular season games as a defenseman. It leads active NHL defensemen in career points per game at .83. He won the Norris Trophy in 2011, 2012, and 2014-15 and had an NHL career high 82 points in 82 games in 15-16. 16 goals, 66 assists. He's 29 years old with 53 points, 8 goals, 45 assists, and 67 playoff games, and helped the Senators to the 2017 Eastern Conference Finals when they lost to that one team in 7. He missed time with a groin injury during the regular season this past year, but returned to help this team reach the Western Conference Finals.
It's really Erik Karlsson?
Yep.
I didn't know he signed 8 years today.
Yeah, he just signed a contract extension for 8 years.
With San Jose.
With San Jose, yep.
How much is he making per year?
I haven't gotten that far up the news. I'm almost at the top, though.
Oh.
Number 3. 12th year into the NHL, entering his 12th season. He has made it to the Cup Finals once in 2015. That should be enough for all you to guess.
What number is he on this list?
3.
It is Stamkos.
Yeah, as I say, that's all you need is just last time he's in the Cup Finals was 2015. Number 2. Entering his give me a break 22nd NHL season.
Okay.
He's made it to the Cup Finals once. He can become an unrestricted free agent on July 1st this year. Number 2 on the list. That's all you need to know.
Now it's Jumbo Joe Thornton.
Number 1 on the list. Who do you think number 1 is? Without telling you any stats or any information, what do you think number 1 is? Think of 10 guys you have not said. Think of out of the 10 people you have not said, 9 people on this list. There's one guy on here that should be on this list, and he is. And he's number 1, and I agree that he's number 1. Because if this guy has a bad day, the entire team has a bad day. That's how much they rely on this one guy. Connor McDavid, bitch, he's only been in 3 years.
Yeah,
4 years. Yeah.
Okay, let's go through them again. 10 was
Brent Burns. Number 9, Claude Giroux. Number 8, the Ageless Wonder. 7, Patrick Marleau. Johnny T. 6, Carey Price. 5, 4th, Erik Karlsson. 3, Steven Stamkos. And 2, Jumbo Joe.
You gotta think.
Players have to be entering at least their 10th NHL season to be on this list. So, you can already throw out McDavid, Kucherov, McKinnon, Austin Matthews, Leon Draisaitl, Johnny Hockey, Patrick Laine, Pastrnak, Panarin, Rantanen, and Eichel. This guy is a goaltender.
A goaltender.
He has had at least 30 wins in 11 of his 13 full NHL regular seasons and won the Vezina Trophy in 2011-2012. He has 449 wins, all with one team, which ranks second among active goalies behind Roberto Luongo of the Florida Panthers at 489, meaning he's going to break that record here in a couple years. He has played in 128 career Stanley Cup playoff games, going 61-65 with a .922 save percentage and 10 shutouts. Second among active goaltenders behind Marc-Andre
Nick Fleury
of the Vegas Golden Knights at 15. He is 37 years old and helped this team reach the finals in 14. Losing in 5 to the Kings.
Oh, that gave it away. Okay. I don't know why, but I was going to say Tuukka Rask, and I know that was wrong, but now that you said that, it is none other than Henrik Lundqvist.
Yeah.
I don't know why it took me forever.
I don't even think Tuukka Rask is going to be entering his 5th season. Tuukka Rask won in 2011, I think.
I thought he did with Timmy Thomas as well, yeah.
I know, but I think Tuukka Rask was part of the team, though.
That's what I thought, too. Henrik Lundqvist. I should have known that. That took me way too long.
He was part of Boston for 29 games, so he's on the Stanley Cup in 2011.
Yep.
So it could not be Tuukka Rask. That is impossible.
Uh-huh.
Okay, moving up the list. Oh, that's the on this day. Got to get to that here in a minute. There are no games scheduled. Well, really? Okay. Andrew McDonald, quarter pounder, placed on unconditional waivers by the Flyers. Philly will terminate contract if he clears defenseman, had 9 assists this season. Oh, I got a sound effect for that.
Yeah, that guy's gone.
You're telling me. Okay, here's another little game for you. Can you name the other 11 teams that do not have a Stanley Cup?
Yeah.
Go. You got 2 minutes. Ready, go.
Vegas Golden Knights. The Vancouver Fat Whales. Who's next? Smashville Predators. Minnesota Wild. Columbus Blue Eyes. The Florida Panthers. Ship. Winnipeg Jets. Ottawa Politicians.
3 more. You missed one in the Western Conference.
I did miss one of the Western.
Actually, you missed 2 in the Western Conference.
I missed 2 of the Western Conference. You know,
there's 4 in the Eastern, 7 in the Western. You've gotten all but 1 in the Eastern. You missed 2 in the Western. Minute 3 left. Ever since the beginning, one of these teams have sucked every year. Just about.
The Desert Howlers.
I was just about to say, think of the old Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, that would have gave it away.
Saying they sucked every year. Oh, Arizona.
Yeah.
35 seconds left. Got 2 teams.
Okay, the one in the Western, the other one. What is the other one?
I don't know, Alex Trebek. What is it?
I don't know.
25 seconds. Do. 15 seconds. Oh no, he's running out of. Yeah. Oh no. Come on, these are easies. At least one of them is. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I got nothing.
San Jose Sharks.
Oh jeez.
And
the Buffalo Stifle.
The Buffalo Stifle.
That's who I missed.
Oh, gee. I thought Buffalo you would have got for sure.
I
Good
blanks.
Lord. Ugh. Well.
I always draw blanks on these games anyway.
Yeah. That's a trade tracker or whatever. Let me see. Oh, Carl Hagelin signed a 4-year contract with the Capitals. Get $2.75 million annually. How much did he have? How many points did he have last year? He had 19 points in 58 regular season games with the Capitals, Kings, and Penguins. 5 goals, 14 assists. You're giving him 2.75 a year.
Keepers.
Overpaid.
Yeah, really.
Jeez. Hannakanen. I don't know.
What's his first name?
Marcus Hannakanen. Hannakanen.
I don't know.
Hannakainen. He is a forward for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Signed a 1-year contract with no financial terms were disclosed. Man, busy day. Anthony Duclair signed a 1-year, $1.65 million contract with the Ottawa Senators. Let me see here. Wait, would you quit moving? Would you quit mocking me, woman? Here we go. Dallas Eakins has been hired as a new coach of the Anaheim Quackers.
Oh, I heard of that, yeah.
He has spent the last 4 years with their AHL affiliate, isn't it the San Diego Gulls?
Yep. Nice.
He held the same position with the Oilers from 13 to 15.
2 more dingers, and you've tied your dinger record.
And Erik Karlsson signed a 8-year contract with the San Jose Shark Tanks. No financial terms were disclosed. Them sons of beaches. On this day in NHL history, the New Jersey Devils stunned the Detroit Red Wings in Game 1 of the 95 Stanley Cup Finals.
The MSOBs.
The Devils limit Detroit to only 17 shots on goal, and Martin Brodeur stopped 16 of them in 2-1 fashion in a 2-1 victory at Joe Louis Arena. The Devils win the Stanley Cup that year by sweeping the Detroit Red Wings. 3 years in a row. I think it actually might be 4 years in a row.
For what?
Because the Stanley Cup Finals was a sweep.
Oh.
I think it was 4 years in a row the Stanley Cup Finals were a sweep.
And that's a paddling.
The Devils set a single season playoff record with their 9th road victory. Detroit coach Scotty Bowman sets a record by guiding a 4th team to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Wow.
In 1989, the Quebec Nordiques began the NHL draft in Bloomington, Minnesota by selecting Swedish center Mats Sundin. He's a very sunny guy.
Shut up.
He is the first born and trained. He's the first player born and trained in Europe to be taken with the number 1 pick. He comes to the NHL in 1990 and plays 4 seasons with the Quebecs before being traded to to the Toronto Maple Leafs. 1993, the Boston Bruins defenseman Ray Bourque ties an NHL record when he is named the first All-Star team when he is named to the first All-Star team for the 10th time in his career. In 1999, Eddie Belfour makes 23 saves for his 3rd shutout of the Stanley Cup playoffs and the 7th of his career when the Dallas Stars defeat the Buffalo Sabres 2-0 in Game 5 at Reunion Arena. The Stars take a quick 1-0 lead when defenseman Daryl Soidor scores 2:23 into the game, and Belfour makes it stand up until Pat Verbeek, who?
Exactly.
Scores with 4:39 remaining. Mike McDonald assists on each goal. The victory gives Dallas a 3-2 lead in the best-of-7 series. And in 2016, not even the return of forward Eric Cole from a broken vertebrae sustained on March 4th can help the Carolina Hurricanes, who lose 4-0 in absolute
serious paddling
to the Edmonton Oilers. That's another paddling. You lost to Edmonton, for crying out loud. In Game 6 of the Cup Finals at Rexall Place, the Oilers limit the Hurricanes to 16 shots against goaltender UC Markkanen and Fernando Pisani. God, why do you guys have such weird-ass names?
Usay Markkanen, I think. I don't know.
UC Markkanen. And Fernando Pisani scores his 13th goal of the playoffs early in the second period to give Edmonton a 1-0 lead. But guess who wins that Stanley Cup that year? I think we go back to your fun fact. This is the first time the NBA... There has been more NBA titles in the country of Canada for, 25 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder who won that series. 4-0 ain't got nothing on me. They blew them out in Game 6, and then they won Game 7.
Yeah.
The team that got blown out won Game 7.
Yep.
I got another example of that. In Game 6, Detroit beat Pittsburgh. In Game 6 in 2019, Detroit beat Pittsburgh 6-0. or 5-0. And then Pittsburgh won Game 7.
Oh, yeah, you mean in 2009, yeah.
I said 2009.
You said 2009.
Did I say 19?
Yeah?
I meant 9.
Okay.
9, 19. Both start with Q.
Yep.
All right. Time for trivia. Finally.
Okay.
Go ahead.
My trivia question.
We're already at 1 hour and 30 minutes.
I know.
That's what happens when you miss a freaking week.
Yep, because you got shit to cover.
I know. Everything. Well, it doesn't help. There was a couple trades and signings, too.
Okay. So.
And we had to go through the freaking stupid competition rule changes. Jesus. Alright, anyways.
I have a trivia question. And it's gonna be different, and it's gonna be way different than normal. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds to answer this trivia question instead of 3 minutes. However, it is a multiple choice question where you have 2 guesses instead of 3, but this trivia question, you only get 1 hint. So, are you ready?
So wait, I get 1 minute 30.
1 minute 30.
Yep.
2 guesses.
2 guesses.
1 hint.
Oh, jeez. Okay, hold
for
on.
this trivia question.
Hold the phone. Okay.
Okay, here we go. My trivia question is, what year in NASCAR did Jesse Gordon not win the Daytona 500? Is it A, 1998, B,
1998.
2005.
1998.
Yep.
Check, please.
Yep. B, 2005, C, 1999, D, 1997.
And then, as we like to say, Nemechek, please.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Jesse Gordon.
Oh, no.
Okay, but since I just gave away that question, besides Jeff Gordon, who leads the all-time pole season streaks, who is the second, or I should say, who is the highest, or what current NASCAR driver has the longest pole season streak? What current NASCAR driver has the longest pole season streak?
I would assume it's Jimmy Johansson.
Oh. He ended that. He failed to get a pole in 2016.
Wow.
So. And he only had a season streak of 5 at that point. So, current driver. This guy has been racing in the NASCAR since 2003, really. Where he ran for ARCA for Hendrick Motorsports. His first race in NASCAR was in 2004 for the UAW Union Auto Workers. The Myler Chrysler 400 at Las Vegas. His last race was the 2019 Firekeepers Casino 400. He's still active in NASCAR. His first win was the 2005 Sony HD 500 at California. His last win is a dead giveaway. I'm not going to say it. It's the Firekeepers Casino 400. No. He currently has... Big hint. Russ. He has 55 wins in the NASCAR Cup Series. 283 top 10s, 31 poles.
Is it the Shrub?
The Shrub is the correct answer.
Okay.
I opened my big fat mouth. I was going to say who has the longest pole season streak, but then I said, speaking of Jeff Gordon, and I thought, you idiot, now you just gave away the question answer.
Alright, who has the second?
So that's why, well, second, I was going to say second, but I was like, nah, I'll just do correct.
Yeah, if Jimmy Johansson was third, I'm going to flip my lid.
No, it's actually Richard Petty's third.
Wow, okay, that's...
Second's David Pearson.
Wow. I thought the Shrub was second.
No, Shrub is currently 13th on the list.
Oh.
I'm sorry, no, he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th on the list. Actually, he would be tied for 4th on the list with Darrell Waltrip.
Okay.
They just haven't moved his name up yet. So, he is the highest current driver in the NASCAR.
Okay.
Speaking of the NASCAR, it is time to move on to... That's the first time me and you both have a NASCAR trivia question.
For the first time in IHN show history, I
That's
think.
pretty good stuff. Let's keep it rolling here. So I says, go here. All right. Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias
No way.
is going to drive the pace car at the Toyota Godzilla Safe Mart 350 at Sonoma.
Wow. I can't wait to tell my mom and dad that. They'll be surprised. Nice.
RCR announces Dow will return in 2020. Bowman will run a patriotic Valvoline paint scheme at Daytona.
That's pretty good.
Speaking of Alex Bowman, Nationwide will not sponsor Alex Bowman next year.
Well, I'll be
and
a monkey's
this will be the last
uncle.
year Nationwide will sponsor Alex Bowman. Chase Elliott will run one of his dad's paint schemes for the Bojangles Southern 500. There were 3 screw loose penalties at the end of the Michigan Firekeepers Casino 400. The 37 of Chris
Boucher.
The 41 of
the Mexican.
and the 2 of
Bad Brad.
Nope, sorry, wrong series. Xfinity series, the 2 who won the race.
Oh, Tyler Reddick.
All got screw loose fines. Chastain's start streak ended at 41 races. You know what's also funny about that? So just recently, I brought it up last time, that Ross Chastain stated that he was running for Xfinity points.
Oh,
He's
here
now
we go.
running for truck points. The first race. No. So the second race, he goes and runs for truck points. His truck gets DQ'd after winning the race and failing post-race inspection.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny right there. Oh, that's good stuff. Just brain farted. What was I going to say? Oh, this year, Sonoma, the race at Sonoma will be including the very famous carousel at Sonoma. What?
That's cool.
I know. Well, they used to actually include the carousel, but then they stopped using the carousel for some reason.
Yeah.
They used to do the little short shoot down the quote-unquote backstretch, I guess you could say, before they go into the S's. But now they're going to use the short shoot and then go down the drag strip, up the little drag strip hill.
Nice.
So, let me... this is what some drivers are saying about the carousel at Sonoma. It will be implemented for the first time since '98. Kurt Busch says the old carousel has quite a bit of difference, and it has such a long left-hand corner effect now that the left-handers will be more important than they have ever been in the years past at Sonoma. He has never raced on the carousel. I don't think any current NASCAR driver has raced on the carousel. He says, I'm not even old enough to have been on the carousel before. He says that it'll be fun, and it'll be interesting going up the drag strip turn 7. Michael McDowell said it's going to be fun. Anything you can add a level of difficulty element to the already challenging racetrack is going to create some opportunity for passing braking zones. Because going up the drag strip, it's a heavy braking zone right there, and it's pretty wide, so there could be a lot of dive bombs there. Chase Elliott says he's really excited for it. He says he's just going to go out and do it and see what it does. I'm sure his dad, Bill, is going to give him some pointers, because Bill used to race on the carousel.
Yep.
Bowman thinks it'll be cool. Jimmy Johansson says he's driven on a track in Formula 4 years ago through the carousel, so he's been on it, but Formula is open wheel is completely different from stock cars. Dennis Hamlin says it won't change the strategy much with a little bit of SMI work that's been done. The subs won't change a whole lot from the previous layout. Of course, he'd say so. Chris Boucher says it kind of makes it for the first time at Sonoma. Turning left a little bit more important because it's a very long left-hander. That is about it for the NASCAR. Practices for Sonoma is on Friday, June 21st from 2:40 to 3:55 p.m. on FS1. Friday, June 21st from 5:40 to 6:55 p.m. Eastern is FS1 is for second practice. Qualifying is Saturday, June 22nd at 3:10 p.m. Eastern. Probably on FS1 considering the race is on. And the race is scheduled to be at 3:20 p.m. Eastern. Most likely on FS1. I don't know why it doesn't say it's on FS1. It says TV to be determined for qualifying. Oh, I know why, because they have the stupid soccer right there. They'll probably move back qualifying because TV has NASCAR by the balls right now. So, that's why the race at Michigan was held at 5 o'clock, and so they could have the soccer game.
Oh, jeez.
Who watches soccer in the United States?
Exactly.
Again, another opportunity of the TV contracts having NASCAR by the frickin' balls. Good Lord. You tell me you couldn't put that race on Fox? Can't do that. Makes too much sense.
Yep.
Again, here's the problem with having only 2 TV contracts for the entire year. Back when there was 4, you had ESPN. You had, back then also NBC, TBS, and CBS. You had 4 TV companies doing TV contracts. Example. Okay, Fox is like, we got soccer coming up. The women's FIFA. Okay, could somebody take these last 3 races? Okay,
exactly.
Everybody takes these races, and then, say TNT or TBS picks them up, and then Fox is like, all right, we'll take 3 of TBS's races.
Yeah.
Next year, when NBC has the Olympics, NASCAR has 2 straight weeks off because of the Olympics. Again, having NASCAR by the balls. The smart thing is to have NBC say, hey, we'll take 2 of Fox's races. Fox will take 2 of our races.
Yeah.
Fox will take 2 races that'd be during the Olympics, or the 1 race because the Olympics fall shortly before Labor Day. Sorry, I'm making sense here. This will also be the last race on Fox for the 2019 season, and the last race, Fox Family Networks, and this will be the last race DW will be in the booth for TV.
Yeah. Saying his very own famous.
Yeah.
So-and-so.
Yep. Okay, I think it is time for
fantasy.
Yes, it is. Do you have your pick for the Toyota Godzilla Save Mart 350 at Sonoderp?
I do.
He does.
I am gonna go with
Andrew James.
This guy I'm going with has 1 win in his last 2 races, an average finish of 1.5 with
Marty Truex?
No.
Oh.
That is incorrect.
Kevin Happy Harvick?
That's it.
Yep.
59 laps led and an average starting position of 9th. That is my pick.
I am going to go with Marty Truex then. Because whoever of those 2 you picked, I was going to pick the opposite.
Nice.
So now we gotta wait for Mitt.
Big Mitt. I know, right?
You gotta tell your old guy story.
Oh, gosh.
That was funny.
Alright, do you want to do story time now?
Story time with Andrew.
So at our graduation parties that we had over this weekend, this happened at my graduation party. Oh, gosh. You didn't see it, but it was dang funny. My dad and I were talking as my dad's 2 best friends he went to high school with. His very, very best friend, Gary, is his name, and he's known Gary for a long time now. He was talking to Gary, and Gary's wife came with him to my graduation party on Saturday. They were talking. Gary's wife went to do something else. I forgot what it was. And then Dave Becker came over. Gary's brother is Dave. And so Dave, Gary, and my dad and I were all standing there talking. I'm not sure what the conversation was about. I completely forgot. But my dad took his big old arms, wrapped his left arm around Dave and his right arm around Gary, and then he said, "These are the good group of guys right here." And I said, "It's the group of old guys." And the look on my dad's face was, I kid you not.
Group of old guys.
Old guys.
Yeah. Oh. And then he's just like, get out here. Oh, and then your poor dog's running at half a brain cell. Frickin' poor thing's running overtime. Jeez, Sniffany. So he calls dogs Sniffany. Frickin' dumber than a box of rocks.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna start this mess.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. Hold on.
It is now time for who had that
number. Who had the number 14? Once again.
This bloody number.
Larry Fort number. In 1993, only one season. The entirety of the 1993 season in the NASCAR. This guy is currently 62 years old. He is born November 16th, 1956 from Corpus Christi, Texas.
If it was Dawsonville, it'd be a dead giveaway.
I don't think Bill's ever driven the 14.
I don't think he has either.
He has won the 1984 and the 1996 Winston Cup Series champion. He was a 1989 and 1993 IROC champion. Well, the 1993 was an assist. He won the 1980 and the 2003 Southern
500.
The 1988 and the 1999 Winston, the 1985 Busch Clash, and holds the all-time Cup Series record for longest drought between Sprint Cup championships, 12 years.
Wow.
He's inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2016, named one of NASCAR's 50 greatest drivers in 1998. He's in the National Quarter Midget Hall of Fame inductee in 1989. He's run 890 races in the Cup Series over 37 years. His first race was 1978 Bojangles Southern 500. His last race was the 2014 Geico 500 at Talladega. His first win was the 1980 Bojangles Southern 500, and his last win was the 2003 Bojangles Southern 500. That's son of a beach. So he bookended his career with Southern 500.
He's doing it right.
He has, good lord, 22 wins in the Cup Series, 361 top 10s, and 27 poles. In the Xfinity Series, 124 races over 11 years. Good lord. First race 1985 Miller 400 at Charlotte. Last race 2000 NBNA Platinum 200 at Dover. First win 1985 Miller 400 at Charlotte. His last one was the 1999 Touchstone Energy 300 at Talladega. 11 wins in the Xfinity Series. I'm getting tired of this. 68 top 10s and 4 poles. He has run 3 races in the Truck Series over 1 year. The 1995 School Bandit Copper World's Classic at Phoenix and was his first race. Last race, the 1995 Fast Smart Super Truck Shootout at Richmond. His only win was the 1995 Fast Smart Super Truck Shootout at Richmond. 1 win, 3 top 10s, 1 pole.
Initials.
No. He is in this room. At least his die cast is in this room.
Oh boy.
Five seconds left. Frosted Flakes.
Oh, Terry Labonte.
Just beat the timer.
Oh, wow. Once you said Frosted Flakes and after I said Terry Labonte, it clicked. Here he is, boys.
Does it actually have Frosted Flakes on the hood? I just said Frosted Flakes because it was the first Kellogg cereal that came to my mind.
No, but it's got Kellogg's on the side.
I know it's got Kellogg's on the side. What does it have on the front? Does it have Tony the Tiger on the front?
It does. Tony the Tiger says, got milk.
Got milk. They're great! Shut up.
And on the right side and on the back, it says, got milk. I love this car. I did not know Terry Labonte used to drive the 14 car.
Dude, there's a lot of good ones in the number 14. I'm going to choose the number 14 again for the next question. Because I've got another good driver who drove it for 1 year. I almost said the year because then you could have looked it up. Alright, you're up, Harold.
I'm looking up the 14. Oh, that was the 14 Kellogg's Cornflakes car that Terry Labonte drove. Well, son of Beach. I don't recognize that car at all. I don't think I've ever seen that paint scheme in my
Well, I only
entire
drove
life.
it for 1 year.
Yeah, 1993, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
By who had that number? Okay, here's the scoop. Before I start with by who had that number, I gotta ask you one question. At the end, do you want his initials, where if you get it right, you get 1 dinger and tie your record for a second time in IHN show history? Or do you not want his initials to get 2 to set a new record? In my personal opinion, I think you should go for 2 dingers because at the very end, it's a pretty good hit, and I'm pretty confident you can get this, and along with his nationality.
Okay, let's go for 2.
Okay, going for 2. For my very...
But if I go for 1, can I use the daily double?
I don't think so.
Okay, it's just asking.
My very...
Lead it off, Alex.
Last time for the 2006-2007 Wind Wings. Who had the number 51? 51 for the Wind Wings in the 06-07 season. Born March 20th, 1984. Currently still plays in the NHL, age 35. Here comes one of your big hints right here. He was born in Vantaa, Finland. 6'0", 185 pounds. He is a centerman, left-handed shot. He was drafted 95th overall in the 2002 NHL entry draft by the Detroit Red Wings. 2002 entry draft, okay. Yeah. He played for some Finnish team in some Finnish league. In the 2005-2006 season, all the way to the 2012-2013 season, he played for the Detroit Red Wings. Your next big hint, well, I'd say it's kind of big.
Terry Filppula.
Son of Beach, new record.
Woo! When you said 2011, like, that sounds about, or 2012, I was like, that sounds about right when Val Filppula left.
Yeah.
So,
I
didn't think he got drafted that early.
2002, he got drafted.
Wow. So he's getting close on to retirement.
I was gonna say, your biggest hint was in the 2018-2019 season, he played 72 games for the New York Fishermen. Yeah.
That would have helped. Wearing, and if I would have wearing the number 51.
He was 51 his entire life.
Yeah. Wow.
And that is my Who Had That Number to conclude today's episode.
So, to conclude today's episode, with Harold absolutely cleaning house with the frickin' dingers.
We both set new records today.
Yeah, I think you set a new record.
I think you set a new record by 1 whole dinger. Nice job.
You're at 222. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 times 5. That's 90. Plus 222. That's 312. The Aaron's 312 at Talladega.
Nice. 18 times 5 is 90. Yep.
So, the new record is 300 and freaking, oh my god, 12. Somebody cleaned house.
I did.
You freaking paddled the field.
I did. That's better.
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching this episode of the IHN show. We certainly hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please like down below and subscribe to our channel to be up to date with video releases. I did that. You're just thinking, what the was that? You're just thinking, what the was that? And hit the little bell icon to be up to date on new video releases or when we go live. If you'd like to make the show better and easier to produce and be more productive, please support us on Patreon. Link to that down below. If you'd like to contact the show, it is ihnshow@gmail.com, and that will be in the description and in the outro screen. If you'd like to start a conversation in the comments, just please do so. We just request there's no mean or vulgar language.
Racism, politics, and sexism is not allowed.
Just use comment section before you type. We'll here for good for done. The next IndyCar race is Sunday, June 23rd at 12 p.m. Eastern at Road America on NBC.
The Big Boy Network.
The next NASCAR race is 3 p.m. Eastern on June 23rd as well at Sonoma on most likely FS1.
The Little Boy Network.
We hope you can join us on Wednesday for our show. If you cannot, we hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Join us in a little bit for Will the Tank. Mofo!